So it is a technique for genetic engineering. It involves manipulation of gene for various purposes. Since it is a technique, it must have a principle. एक प्रिंसिपल होना चाहिए. It must have certain methods. हर टेक्निक का कुछ ना कुछ मेथड्स होता है. As a technique, it will have some advantages and it carries some disadvantages. And every technique is used for certain applications. ठीक है. Yesterday I told you for how to write answer on topics related to techniques or technology. तो क्या है प्रिंसिपल इसका? किस प्रिंसिपल पे टिका है? Principle. I am asking principle, not method. जनता आकाश, तुम बायोलॉजी से हो ना? इंजीनियर, पॉलिटिकल साइंस हो. मैं तो समझता तुम इंजीनियर हो. तुम बताओ, जीएस में तो पढ़ता होगा. व्हाट इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ रिकॉम्बिनेंट डीएनए टेक्नोलॉजी? Genetic recombination can it be a technique? I'm not asking method, how genes are introduced. See, in recombinant DNA technology, gene from a species is introduced into another species. जैसे कि a gene of interest is taken out from human being. For example, gene for insulin. And that gene is introduced into bacteria. Bacteria is another species. Now bacteria multiplies very fast. So this gene of interest, for example, insulin gene, is also multiplied with bacteria. Overnightly, it can produce colonies of insulin gene. So how it is possible and on which principle this technique based? टेक्निक समझ रहा है ना? जैसे कि सॉरी प्रिंसिपल, दैट प्रिंसिपल ऑफ रॉकेट इंजन क्या है? ये तो बोल ही सकते ना, क्या है? रॉकेट इंजन तो सुना होगा. इसका क्या प्रिंसिपल है? रजनीश इंजीनियर है ना, बायोलॉजी से, तो बोलना ही चाहिए. क्या है बताओ? रॉकेट इंजन किस प्रिंसिपल पे काम करता है? ये नहीं बोल पा रहा है. हाँ, दैट इज थर्ड लॉ ऑफ न्यूटन, है ना? दैट इज द प्रिंसिपल. So principle is the basis on which a technique rests. So I'm not asking technical aspect. कैसे DNA is sorted out, how it is introduced. That is part of method. आप समझ रहे हैं ना? क्या प्रिंसिपल हो सकता? चलो मैं फ्रेम लिखता हूं, तब तक सोचो तुम लोग। अच्छा, आरडीटी भी बोलते हैं इसको, रिकॉम्बिनेंट डीएनए टेक्नोलॉजी, आरडीटी। एप्लीकेशन ऑफ आरडीटी। जीएस में only application part is delivered. Usually they do not ask technical part. And it has been asked sometimes. What are the applications of genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology? Hmm? लिख लिया? देखो, the principle is structural and functional similarity of DNA or gene, not central dogma. Central dogma is one of the functions. There are other functions of DNA. So if you say that principle is only what is called central dogma, that is not complete. Structural and functional similarity. You have seen the structure of DNA. That helically coiled structure. The same structure exists in all living beings. If DNA is found in virus, bacteria, fungi, plant, animals, including human beings, the structure will be like this. जो बनाया था ना, same structure. Otherwise, how DNA from one source can be introduced into another source? But if the structure differs, is it possible? क्या बोलते हो? अगर डीएनए का स्ट्रक्चर बैक्टीरिया में कुछ और है और ह्यूमन बीइंग में कुछ और है, हाउ इट इज पॉसिबल? पॉसिबल हो ही नहीं सकता. सेकेंडली, फंक्शनल सिमिलरिटी. व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ डीएनए? ये सब तो करा दिया तो सबको. क्या फंक्शन है? DNA produces DNA. है ना? Replication. The principle of replication of DNA is same in all living beings. पढ़ा कि नहीं घर पे? ये सब तो करा तो दिया था, बताना क्या प्रिंसिपल है? क्या प्रिंसिपल है? पढ़ लेना कम से कम, सभी क्लास में जितना सुना था उसी से थोड़ी होती। घर पे जाके यू हैव टू मेमोराइज, रिवाइज, तब जाके होती है। बाजार से जब सब्जी खरीदता है, हरा सब्जी, अपने आप खाना पक जाता है क्या? क्या सब्जी खरीदने से तो पकता तो नहीं ना? तो यहाँ से सब्जी लेके जाता है तो घर पे पकाएगा तो ही तो लिख पाएगा। So replication of DNA, I have done it in the class. It's same everywhere. Then DNA produces mRNA. mRNA produces protein. The same method of protein is synthesized everywhere in all living beings. Apart from this, genetic codon is same in all living beings. जेनेटिक कोडन क्या है बताना रजनीश? ये भी करा दिया। ये नहीं कह सकता आपने कराया नहीं और पूछ लेते हो। पहले ये क्या, पहले क्या है ये तो बताएगा ना। हाँ तो क्या है? तुम जो कह रहे हो गलत नहीं है, लेकिन पहले बताएगा, बताएगा ना वो है क्या, फिर फीचर बताएगा ना। अखिल बताना जेनेटिक कोडन क्या है? तुम्हारा काम सिर्फ बोलना नहीं, तरीके से बोलना। क्या है? सब्जी खरीदता रहता है क्या? उसको पकाता नहीं। जेनेटिक कोडन्स are found in mRNA, which is transcribed from DNA. These are consecutive base pairs. In other words, 3 consecutive base in mRNA constitute a codon. एक कोडन कहां से बनता है? डीएनए की इंफॉर्मेशन से बनता है। दिस कोडन्स आर सेम एवरीवेयर। टोटल कोडन इज 64। सभी एनिमल में, सभी लिविंग बींग्स में 64 ही है। AUG, GUG, देयर इनिशिएशन कोडन। वो बैक्टीरिया में भी वही इनिशिएशन कोडन है। UAA, UAG, UGA, देयर टर्मिनेशन कोडन। तो हर जगह पे यही टर्मिनेशन कोडन होगा। So because of these similarities, structural, functional, in terms of genetic codon, this technique is possible. And that is called principle. And that is called basis. अगर ऐसा नहीं होता था तो this technique could not be possible. You could not introduce gene of one species into gene of another species. Possible होता था क्या? That is called principle. जिसको 2 लाइन में लिख सकता है और 1 लाइन में भी लिख सकता है। इट इज द प्रिंसिपल इन्वॉल्व्स स्ट्रक्चरल एंड फंक्शनल सिमिलरिटी ऑफ डीएनए और जीन। थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कर सकता है, ठीक है। व्हाट इज द मेथड ऑफ डीएनए रिकॉम्बिनेंट डीएनए टेक्नोलॉजी? ये सभी लोग बोलता रहते हैं, आता भी है। पढ़ा जीएस का कोचिंग हो गया? कोचिंग किया नहीं अभी शुरू किया। साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी तो शायद पढ़ाया नहीं अभी। रितेश पढ़ लिया जी साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी? कोचिंग नहीं किया जीएस का? खुद से ही कर रहे हैं तो साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी शुरू नहीं किया होगा। आकाश बता टेक्निक क्या है? मैं एक कॉमन सेंस की बात कर, ये क्या होना चाहिए? जो टेक्निक जो है, इंट्रोड्यूसिंग जीन ऑफ वन स्पीसीज इनटू जीन ऑफ अनदर स्पीसीज। सी यू आर गोइंग टू इंट्रोड्यूस सम बेनिफिशियल जीन जो काम का है, आलतू फालतू जीन तो करेगा नहीं। तो यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट द जीन। एंड व्हाट इज जीन? जीन्स आर लिनियर सीक्वेंस ऑफ डीएनए, है कि नहीं? So first step to find out gene of interest. So there are many techniques of finding out. We know mapping of gene, which gene is located in which chromosome at which arm. Everything is now known to us. Then you have to cut the desired gene from the DNA. जिस डीएनए में है काटना पड़ेगा। अब काटने के बाद उसको सेल से बाहर लाना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि इफ यू आर नॉट टेकिंग इट आउट, how you can introduce into another species. So the species into which you are going to introduce that gene is called vector. So vector को you have to select vector. So depending upon the size of gene, we have to choose vector. जब छोटा छोटा जीन होता है उसके लिए वेक्टर है प्लाज्मिड, which are extra chromosomal material in bacteria. बैक्टीरिया में 2 तरह की डीएनए होती है, हमारे में तो एक ही तरीके की डीएनए है। ऐसे न्यूक्लियस के अंदर होता है, बैक्टीरिया में न्यूक्लियस होता है क्या? कैसे कैसे न्यूक्लियस नहीं होता? बैक्टीरिया इज मेड अप ऑफ ए सेल। बैक्टीरिया में न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन नहीं होती है, लेकिन न्यूक्लियस तो होता ही है। तो ये मतलब ये बैक्टीरिया का सेल है, उसका न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन नहीं होता, तो यह न्यूक्लियस। लेकिन मैंने जैसे यहाँ पे न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन दिया, इसमें मैंने दिया नहीं। न्यूक्लियस तो है लेकिन न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन नहीं होता। सो दे आर डिस्पर्स्ड इन द साइटोप्लाज्म न्यूक्लियस। देयर इज सम एक्स्ट्रा न्यूक्लियर डीएनए जिसको बोलते हैं प्लाज्मिड। ऐसे होते हैं। इसके अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस, इसको तो हमें क्या करना है? यू हैव टू टेक desired gene from human cell, then you have to introduce into bacteria, particularly into this. तो क्या है, यहां से आप काट के निकाल लो, इसको भी निकाल के लाओ बाहर, फिर उसको काटो, बीच में जोड़ दो। जोड़ने का भी एंजाइम है। ठीक है. अब फिर after introducing this foreign gene into this vector, the gene which is carrying this foreign gene called vector, again you have to take back into bacterial cell because they cannot multiply outside. They multiply with the multiplication of bacteria. बैक्टीरिया एक से दो हुआ, ए भी एक से दो होगा. और बैक्टीरिया मल्टीप्लाइज वेरी फास्ट. अगर एक कटोरी में रख देना दो चार बैक्टीरिया में ये सब डाल के, रात भर में कटोरी भर जाएगा. तो you have to take back into bacteria again, then you leave it for the multiplication. Overnightly it will grow colonies of bacteria containing desired gene. वही चीज अगर ह्यूमन में करना चाहता था वो पॉसिबल नहीं था. इट टेक्स लॉन्ग टाइम. अब यू कैन यूज दिस desired gene for your required purpose. तो ये है बेसिक टेक्निक्स. तो हम कैसे, हाउ वी फाइंड आउट डिजायर जीन, हाउ वी काट द डिजायर जीन, वो सब चीज हम लोग देखेंगे. So this is human cell. It is nucleus containing genome, means total number of genes. From this genome, we have to take out the DNA which has desired gene. Only that gene. So here, for example, the desired gene is insulin gene. The gene which produces insulin. It's a peptide hormone. Okay? So it is a DNA containing gene. It is not the gene itself. Now, you use molecular scissor, that is restriction endonuclease. It is an enzyme which can cut DNA at specific sites. And there are different types of restriction endonuclease. So with the help of this restriction endonuclease, you cut the desired gene. This is desired gene which has been cut from the DNA containing this genome, containing the gene for insulin. Okay? So I have shown cut like this. This is called staggered cut. Staggered cut. You can cut like this also. This is called blunt cut. Tell me, if you join this DNA with plasmid, it will be a stronger recombinant DNA molecule, or if you do this one and join with plasmid, this will be stronger. कौन ज्यादा स्ट्रांग होगा? ये बोलो ना. तो always cut are done like this. It's called a staggered cut. Staggered cut. ठीक है? So you have prepared desired gene for the introduction into bacteria. This is a bacteria, for example, Escherichia coli, E. coli. It is the most common bacteria used in laboratory. These bacteria are easily available in any drain. किसी भी ड्रेन में आप चले जाओ, पानी ले लो, लाखों बैक्टीरिया मिल जाएगा. सबसे ज्यादा इस्तेमाल होता है. Blunt cut. Blunt. Bacteria contains two kinds of DNA. One is DNA in nuclear genome. This is nuclear genome. It is of no use for the purpose. And this is called extra chromosomal material. Here it is plasmid. Actually, this plasmid carrying this desired gene. It multiplies very fast. So plasmid is taken out with certain technologies. Now this plasmid is cut by restriction endonuclease. See, this restriction endonuclease, which has been used to cut desired gene, is different from this restriction endonuclease. Function of the restriction endonuclease is always to cut DNA at specific site inside. ऐसे DNA है. You can cut from here. You can cut from here. When you are cutting from end, that cannot be done by restriction endonuclease. It is done by restriction exonuclease. इधर से इधर से बीच में से काटेगा ना. That is done by restriction endonuclease. That's why it is called endonuclease. It is used to cut inside DNA, not outside. This is outside. So there are various types of restriction endonuclease, and they're always used to cut DNA inside. So this is a different restriction endonuclease which cut plasmid at specific site. Again, it is a staggered cut. Staggered here, here also. Now, with the help of ligase, gene for insulin is joined with plasmid and it becomes a recombinant DNA. Since genes from two different sources are joined together, that is why it is called recombinant DNA technology. So endonuclease is meant for cutting. That's why it is popularly known as molecular scissor. And ligase is always used to join. So that's why it can be said to be molecular adhesive or molecular glue. Join kara dega. So this recombinant DNA outside the cell cannot grow because they cannot grow on their own outside. So they must be placed into bacteria. So you take some bacteria without plasmid. You have to collect this bacteria. So take plasmid-free bacteria. Now, this recombinant DNA molecule and plasmid-free bacteria can be left in a calcium chloride medium. So when you put them into calcium chloride medium, this recombinant DNA enter into bacteria. There are other techniques to put recombinant DNA into bacteria, but here we are using calcium chloride medium. Just leave them into the medium. Now with the multiplication of bacteria, this gene for insulin also multiply. And colonies of bacterial DNA produced, and all bacterial plasmid will have insulin. So multiple copies of insulin can be produced. Multiple copies of insulin gene can be produced. So here you can write, or you can write multiple copies of insulin gene produced. Now this gene can produce insulin protein, which are cheap, faster, and without any contamination. And they can be used for treating diabetes. So here I have given the example of insulin. It can be a gene for growth hormone. It can be a gene for other purpose. So this is called the recombinant gene technology. This is part of techniques of the recombinant DNA. Now you can ask me if there is any doubt or queries. पूछना है? CRISPR? Which one? So cutting is always done by restriction endonuclease. So that there can be new restriction endonuclease. वो तो अलग चीज है, लेकिन this is overall technique. Whenever you are going for genetic engineering, recombinant DNA technology, it shall be done in this way. See, plasmid has been used as a vector here. It can be another vector. It can be cosmid. Sometimes artificial vectors are produced, जैसे कि bacteria artificial vector, yeast artificial vector. These artificial vectors are produced or used in case of very large DNA molecule. If gene is very large, that cannot be accommodated by plasmid. It can accommodate only smaller gene. So when genes are having lack of base sequence, that is introduced into artificial vector or yeast artificial vector. So this is the basic techniques. There can be certain variations or modifications depending upon the requirement. So naya techniques aate rehte, it is part of these basic techniques. So you cannot write each and every new innovation. Basic अब लिखो. समझी दीपा? अब बना देगा ना? यही है. See, as a technique, it has certain advantages. What is the advantage? See, this technique doesn't involve much cost. It is not a costlier technique that crores of rupees required to install all these things as part of the techniques. So production out of these techniques means when you produce insulin, you produce growth hormone with the help of this technique. They're also not costly. So whenever a technique is cheap, not costlier, it really helps masses. If products are very costly, then mass cannot use. Second, it is a very faster technique. Production of recombinant DNA technology means genes you can clone, you can produce protein with the help of these techniques. It can be done very fast. Overnightly you can produce. So it is a cheap technique, faster technique. That's why it is highly beneficial for the masses. However, this technique has some limitations. Limitation means, see, you are producing recombinant DNA. And these are new kind of combinations. It did not exist in nature. So they can escape the laboratory. When they escape laboratory and come to environment, we do not know in which way it can affect. Because these are new life. It may affect existing food chain. It may affect environmental degradation. So therefore, recombinant DNA molecules should not escape laboratory. That should be kept into check. It should be kept under check. Secondly, if recombinant DNA molecule has cancer-causing gene and they escape the laboratory, they can spread cancer. So these are the disadvantages. So we have to sanitize laboratory so that they should not protect. We should produce weaker strain. The recombinant DNA molecule which is produced, that should be weaker in nature. So if they escape laboratory, they can die on their own. And it requires a lot of cost. So these are the disadvantages. See, what are the applications of recombinant DNA technology? See, it has applications in almost all fields of humanity. However, it has revolutionized field of medicine. This technique can be used for diagnosis, and prevention of diseases. How it can be used for diagnosis? See, monoclonal antibodies can be produced out of this technique. Monoclonal antibodies. It is produced by combining gene from granulocytes, white blood cells, and tumor causing gene. Monoclonal antibodies. These monoclonal antibodies can be used for various kind of identification. It can be used for blood typification. Blood type can be diagnosed accurate with monoclonal antibodies. Monoclonal antibodies can be used to detect cancer at early stage. Usually cancer detected very late, usually, and that's why it cannot be cured. But if it is detected at early stage, all cancers today can be cured. So with the help of monoclonal antibodies, cancer can be detected at the early stage. It has chances, it increases the chances of curing. ये क्या कर रहा है? अब कभी भी चला आता है। 10 बजे क्लास आ रहा है, थोड़ा सा क्लास का भी रेस्पेक्ट करनी चाहिए। 10 बज रहे, 8:30 की क्लास में 10:15 में आ रहा। Then we can produce DNA probe by this technique. And DNA probe can be used for diagnosing various disease caused by nematodes like roundworms. Then it can be DNA probe can be used to diagnose Kala-Azar. कैसे? You make a DNA probe of Kala-Azar causing agent. Kala-Azar is caused by a protozoa named Leishmania donovani. Which is carried by sandfly, this protozoa. So you have made a DNA probe for Leishmania donovani. Now suppose a person has been infected with this protozoa and you have suspected that it can be a Kala-Azar. So take blood sample of the patient, bring out the DNA of Leishmania donovani, make it single stranded. Then you go for complementary base pairing with DNA probe. If they base pair completely, that means it is Kala-Azar. Encephalitis, it is a disease causing death to hundreds of children in UP, Gorakhpur. That disease can also be diagnosed accurately by this technique, particularly with the help of DNA probe. Okay? With the help of recombinant DNA technology, we can diagnose viral disease as well. Actually, diagnosing viral disease very difficult because virus cannot be cultured. But by using DNA probe or RNA probe, virus can also be diagnosed. So many viral diseases can be diagnosed accurately with this technology. Okay? So that is the field of diagnosis. See, this technique is used for preventing that disease. It's a viral disease, but it can be prevented by using this disease, using this technique. Now, treatment. See, recombinant DNA technique can be used for treating various disorders, such as hemophilia, then blockage in the heart, insulin. See, it has revolutionized the treatment of diabetes because earlier, when this technique was not available to us, insulin was collected from either beef source or pig source, and Hindus did not use it for religious reason if it is from beef. Muslims did not use it if it is from pig. Nowadays, and moreover, when you collect insulin from beef and pigs, they're highly contaminated. But when you are producing insulin with the help of this technique, they're uncontaminated, they're cheap, and there is no religious sentiment. And every year, lakhs of diabetic patient is added to Indian population and population to the whole world. So insulin can be produced by means of recombinant DNA technology, and that can be used for treating diabetes. Another example of treatment, that is dwarfism due to deficiency of growth hormone. Some children do not grow. They are very short, and it is due to deficiency of growth hormone. So growth hormone can be artificially produced by means of this technique, and they can be used for the treatment of dwarfism, and they can attain normal growth. Then hemophilia. You know hemophilia? It is a disease in which if there is any injury in the body, blood is not coagulated. Why? Because in this patient, they lack two factors for blood coagulation congenitally. It's a genetic disorder in which this patient cannot produce factor 8 and factor 9, which are required for blood coagulation. So therefore, when there is cut, blood is not coagulated. They will bleed continuously. It may be fatal also. So today, factor 8 and factor 9 can be produced by this technique. And whenever there is injury in the body of hemophilic patient, they can be treated with genetically engineered factor 8 and factor 9. And they live like a normal human being. And this disease is treated by the help of this technique with permanent success. Not permanent, with a complete success. So there are many diseases which can be treated with the product of recombinant DNA technology or genetic engineering. It also gives some rays of hope for treating or curing genetic disorders, particularly hereditary disorders. See, there are many hereditary disorders like sickle cell anemia, hemophilia, then cystic fibrosis, in which lungs become fibroid. They are caused due to mutation in certain gene. Genes undergo mutation. So if you can replace this mutated gene by means of correct gene, disease will be cured. And this technique of replacement of mutated gene by correct gene is called gene therapy. Although it is in the pipeline, yet to be used for public, but when this technique will be completely developed, it will simply revolutionize the field of medicine. At the present level of advancement in the medical science, nowhere in the world genetic diseases can be cured. But with the development of gene therapy, completely, genetic diseases can be cured. That is the only rays of hope for fighting against genetic disorders. And there are 600 known genetic disorders, and not a single genetic disorder. In example, hepatitis B, it's a dreaded liver disease which can be prevented by means of a vaccine, and that vaccine has been produced with the help of recombinant DNA technology. So this is called a recombinant DNA vaccine. And this disease is under control because it can be prevented through vaccination. And that vaccines has been produced by recombinant DNA technology. So see, in all the areas of medical science, including diagnosis, treatment, and prevention, can be benefited by DNA fingerprinting. Sorry, by DNA recombinant technology. The maximum one can be benefited by this technique is medical science. This technique can be used for agriculture and animal husbandry. In agriculture, genetically modified crops are produced. For example, BT cotton, then golden rice, which produces huge amount of vitamin A by this technique. So with the help of these techniques, crops can be produced which are pest resistant, drug resistant, drought resistant. They have higher yielding and cheap also. So genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology can ensure food security for this world. See, population of human being increases exponentially or geometrically. But land for crop production does not increase. Rather, it is decreased because of growing human population. So does it mean that many of the people should remain starved? It is simply unacceptable. The solution is we cannot expand agriculture after certain extent of constraint of land, but we can increase productivity of crops, productivity of land. And the hope lies in genetic engineering. We have to use this technique for increasing productivity so that all human beings have access to food. Nobody dies with starvation. ठीक है? In case of animal husbandry, animals can be produced with good nutritional values, faster growth, and cheap also. And thereby, we can ensure better nutrition to masses. See, food security is important. At the same time, there should be nutritional security. So, nutritional security can be ensured by improving qualities of animals, chicken, fishes, goat, porks, beefs. They should be cheap as well as having higher productivity. And the hope lies in genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology. This technique is also useful in industrial purposes or manufacturing activities. For example, vinegar. They are produced industrially. So with the help of this technique, vinegar can be produced cheaply and fastly. Wine can also be produced in a faster and cost-effective manner. So these are the industrial applications. Genetically recombinant DNA technology can be used for protecting and promoting environment as well. For example, at times there is oil spill from oil cargo in various oceans. And it causes severe threat to marine environment. Because when oil spread over the surface of seawater, living beings below that surface suffer from oxygen deficiency and they die. So oceanic ecosystem comes under threat. And terrestrial ecosystem is directly dependent on health of oceanic ecosystem. So this oil must be removed as fast as possible. Manual method is very difficult, sometimes not possible in high sea. If in coastal part it occurs, it can be done. Recently in Chennai, there was oil spill and it was done manually because it happens on the coast. But if it occurs in high sea, manual removal is not possible. So a bacteria has been created by this technique. This bacteria is commonly called oil bug. It is a genetically engineered bacteria. It did not exist in nature. It is a life which has been created by human. And he is an Indian born scientist, Anand Chakraborty. He is an alumni of Presidency College, Kolkata. मैं भी उसी से पढ़ा हूँ. He went California and there he developed this bug. And it is a boon to environment. So with this bug, we can remove this oil in a faster and cost-effective manner. See, technique should be cheap as well as less time consuming. So this technique can be used for protecting and promoting environment as well. So if you look at the applications of recombinant DNA technology, it has touched each and every aspect of humanity, particularly field of medicine, which is going to be revolutionized. Because this is the technique which can cure genetic disorders through gene therapy. ठीक है? So this is what is recombinant DNA technology, gene cloning, or genetic engineering. So this topic is important for zoology, anthropology, GS, for everything. अब बताओ कुछ पूछना है? Family planning. I forgot to explain that point. See, with the help of recombinant DNA technology, contraceptive can be developed for family planning. They can be used for long-term family planning for 3 years, 5 years at a stage. An Indian organization, Delhi-based public organization, has developed a contraceptive based on this technique for 3 years. So it will be very useful for countries like India, then other developing countries, where population growth is a serious challenge to the nation. ठीक है, उसका नाम मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा है, जो दिल्ली का जो सरकारी है, पब्लिक सेक्टर अंडरटेकिंग, उन्होंने बनाया था लेकिन फेल हो गया. ट्रायल ठीक से नहीं हुआ था तो फेल हो गया कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव, उसको फिर से रोक दिया. ठीक है, लेकिन इट गिव्स ए होप दैट इट इज पॉसिबल.